welcome to Real Life Q&A. I'm John Greaves, and this is Brad Martin. He's the pastor of Soma and also a counselor here in Bartow County, Georgia. What we do with Soma is try to bring Jesus to you in ways that you may not have seen him in the past. We don't do church. We're not stuck in four walls every Sunday. Instead, we try to go out and live our lives like Jesus would and did throughout his earthly ministry. So as part of that, we like to take time aside every week and ask Brad questions that you've always wanted to ask a pastor, but you never had a chance to. Today's question is from someone who wants to be anonymous. And the question is, how do I continue to forgive somebody who not only is not repentant, but also is taking advantage of the fact that they know I'm going to forgive them?
Wow. Just so everybody hears that, say that one more time, John, so that people get the...
How do I continue to forgive someone who
No,
not
let's do
only
that.
doesn't repent, but is also taking advantage of the fact that they know I'm going to forgive them?
Right. So the specific issue is this person that's wronging you is not seeking forgiveness. They're not sorry for what they're doing.
Oh no, they come back and they ask forgiveness.
Oh, they
but you
say
know
the
they're going to do it
words.
again. Yeah.
They
They're
say
gonna
the
do
words
it again.
and they do
Over
it
and over again, and you can tell they're not repentant.
Right. So they've got the religion down. They don't have the relationship happening at all. Okay. That's one of the biggest issues that we deal with people. It's much easier to forgive somebody who comes to you and says, you know, I shouldn't have treated you that way, and I'm sorry, forgive me, and then they don't treat you that way anymore. The more difficult situation is people who are going to treat you badly, say the right words, but continue to treat you badly and say the right words. In fact, what many people have done, they figured out how to work the system, knowing they know just as well as you do. Jesus said that we're supposed to forgive
70 times 7.
70 times 7. And that's not 490. That means like infinitely. Just continue to forgive. And then people figure that out, and now they want to hold me to that while still being able to treat me badly.
Yeah.
Well, the confusion that exists in this area is that people who think they need to be forgiving, A, they need to be, but B, they think they need to be fellowshipping with that person as well.
Right.
That's the situation. We've all been called to forgive an infinite number of times, and we know that. But have we been called in the scriptures to have fellowship with all people, no matter how they treat us? And the answer to that is no. And what I would suggest in a short time that we've got like this is to, as you read, especially as you read the Bible, read everything Jesus says about forgiveness. You'll quickly understand that you're supposed to forgive your enemies, forgive your friends, forgive everybody. But he also tells us that we should forgive like he forgives.
Right.
Well, Jesus forgave the Pharisees. He was forgiving.
Yes.
But he wasn't their buddy. In fact, he spoke strong words. I mean, he called them snakes and whitewashed walls and turned over their tables and beat them out of the house. He didn't have fellowship with people who had the religion down, so they said the right words, but they kicked the relationship out. He didn't enjoy fellowship with those people.
Right.
So I would say that the issue is forgiveness is not holding people in your court any longer. Forgiveness is saying, look, I'm not going to be bitter or angry or allow that to grip me and rule my life as I relate to you. So I'm going to let it go. God's going to do that judgment. I agree that what you did was wrong, but I'm going to let you go of it. However, what I'm also letting go of when a person is going to continue to abuse me, I'm going to let go of the fellowship as well as your sinfulness. And so there are times in our lives where it is appropriate. Romans chapter 16 tells us that people who cause divisions and people that just are mean, get away from them. 1 Corinthians 5 tells us that so-called brothers especially who say all the right stuff, but they're living in unrepentant sin, that we're not to associate with them. And so the Bible Solomon said, don't associate with a gossip.
Right.
So the Bible's full of don't associate or have fellowship with people, while at the same time we're supposed to forgive them. Let go of the anger, let go of the bitterness, let go of the judgment. Turn that to God, but you are also free to let go of the fellowship.
And that's important because you have people who are, especially in abusive spousal situations, where the wife is like, well, I know he loves me, or I know I have to forgive him. And so they stay there and they continue to be beaten and allow themselves to be beaten. God never intended for you to subject yourself to that sort of abuse.
Right.
But it's for your own emotional well-being and spiritual health that you forgive the person and let it go. Let him take care of it. He'll be a lot harsher on them than you would be anyway.
Yeah, in fact, that's probably one of the most common things I've seen, John, is men who will work the scriptures while being able to continue to abuse their wife. I've seen it both ways, but I can't tell you how many times I've seen that particular situation where, well, I'm supposed to forgive him, God doesn't like divorce, he doesn't want me to be unforgiving, and you're looking at that and going, wait a minute,
Yeah.
you're confusing
Don't be a punching bag.
fellowship and forgiveness. You can forgive someone and get away from them.
Yeah. Well, we hope that answered your question. And if you need more insight or you need to actually contact Brad directly to discuss this a little bit more, you can get more information on real life counsel. Real life Q&A is what we're doing now. But you can look on reallifecounsel.com and set up an appointment with him. But we hope that this answered your question. Also check the onesoma.net calendar. We're doing a lot of different things. And honestly, if you get excited about this and want to help serve with us, come on, we'd be glad to have you.